What's going on, everyone? I'm here, Coach Steve Stiles, back from my quarterfinals playoff match against Krabby, coach of the St. Louis Krabby. This is my third match against him, so I'm really looking forward to it. This determines who goes off into semifinals, and I'm looking really forward trying to win this match here. This is just a post commentary of what happened in the match. Here you see on my team is what I had bought. Go check out the team build below. And looking at his team right now, it scares me a lot because of that Typhlosion. One thing I was really scared of is if this was a physical Typhlosion, because it clears through my team, hands down, without a doubt. Another Pokemon I didn't expect him to bring was a Manapus, since he never brought it at all. Same, it goes for the same with Typhlosion. And all the other 4 Pokemon was all I knew he was going to bring, because these Pokemon put a lot of work against my team, especially that Tapu Lele, the Mega Pinsir, and the Tyrantrum. Conkeldurr does some things, but it just blocks off some of the Pokemon for setting up and sweeping. And let's just get into the match here. Turn 1, I lead off with Cobalion, where he goes in instantly with Conkeldurr. I knew that I didn't have a Volt Switch, so I just made a swap out into Tangrowth here. He goes to the Drain Punch, doing normal damage, and he gets hit by the Rocky Helmet. He makes a swap into Pinsir, and I go for the Giga Drain, expecting to see him for some reason, so I could just 1v1 the Conkeldurr to win. But he goes into Pinsir. I expect him to go for the return, but he makes up a real good play if I had swapped to go for the Sword Stance, but I knew he might have. But that play, I made right there going for the Rock Slide was either just to think I could live a return, or just in case we Sword Stance on my switch in. So I stayed into Rock Slide, making the good play right here. Next he brings in Typhlosion, which I was really scared of, so I went out into Salamence, putting Intimidate on him just in case he was a physical offensive, and he goes to the Flamethrower. Not a move I expected him to be, probably just like Fire Blast or Eruption, but it makes a swap into Conkeldurr. I get a free Dragon Dance up right here on this turn. See what he could do. Then Aerial Ace didn't kill on this turn, so I went for the Z move Supersonic Skydrake with Aerial Ace attack powered, and it's enough to beat the Conkeldurr out. Here is Tapu Lele now at speed if he was Scarf, even if he was Scarf. So I went for the Shadow Claw here. He makes a swap into Tyrantrum, taking that Shadow Claw around a third of his health, and he makes a double out into Mandibuzz while I go for the Dragon Claw. Really good play on his part, taking all these hits and swapping on his Pokemon. Now I knew that I wouldn't be able to hit KO him with 2 Dragon Claws, so I went for the Dragon Dance in this turn, while he talks to me this turn. Next turn I go for the Dragon Claw, and he does a really good job taking out my Salamence by going for the Foul Play, knocking me out. This is probably the best move I play right here within the match, taking out my sweeper for the game. Here I go into Regice, since he had no way of touching me, and I go for the Rock Polish while he makes a swap into Typhlosion. Here I predicted that he was going to be like Specs, because he already knew that Tapu Lele was going to be Scarfed. And if he had brought Specs, I would be able to get a hit off, but in return I would get knocked out. And if it was Scarf, he would have no way of knocking him out without a crit. And there'll be 2 Scarfmon in this team. Here he is Scarf, I find out, and he goes to Eruption. I didn't expect him to kill first hand, but it crit, so of course it would knock me out. But Regice has really high special defense, so I really didn't believe that it would have killed without the crit. Here I go in the Chandler knowing he was going to be scarfed in that move, and I go for the Shadow Ball, taking half of what his health is right now, but I get special damage, so I'm knowing that I can kill from this range, even after leftovers. So what I do is just go and say it in again and click Shadow Ball, knocking him out this turn. Here he goes into Tyrantrum. No, sorry, he goes into Typhlosion here, goes to the Hidden Power, and it ends up being some hidden power that I still don't even know, even after making this recording, but I still go for the Shadow Ball. Here I go into Cobalion, expecting it to be HP ground. With the balloon, I knew it wouldn't hit me, but it actually ends up hitting me with the hidden power. But it was neutral damage, so I still didn't know what it was, even at this turn. So he makes a swap into Tyrantrum. I paralyze it with Thunder Wave, making sure it didn't set up with Dragon Dance, and I just knock him out with close combat. Here at this point in time, I could just easily win with Alolan Luck, so that's what I'm going to do. He makes a switch into Tapu Lele turn 1, so I make a swap out into Alolan Luck, knowing that he has no way of knocking me out with his Assault Vest. He slices here expecting me to do something else or stay in, so he has no way of beating me. I just Poison Jab knowing that I could instantly win no matter what, even if he swaps or not. And then his last Pokemon ends up being that type of Pokespots does nothing to me, not even a quarter of my health. And I end up knocking out with him without the point jump. So this was definitely a good game, especially on my part. We was really looking forward to this battle, and I honestly have to thank Krabby for putting up a good fight against me, even though he lost the battle. I do move on to the semifinal match. I do have to face AM22, which I'm still afraid of, despite my loss against him. And I'm trying my best trying to team build for whatever he has against me. And I'll try to do my best in that battle, no matter what. Anyways, guys, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you all in my team build for the semifinals match. Thank you and goodbye.